It is time for the end of Group Farore of the Miniblins tournaments. One of these two, Pix or Tweety, will become the champion. I've got Lyric and Mongol here for commentary, and I will now leave it to them.
Oh my god, it is time.
It is the big one.
How the tournament that's named after the one pro we don't have to start the seeds is gonna end.
The one pro we don't have.
Yeah, it's the one. It's the one.
Yeah, so we got Pix and Tweety. This is the grand finals reset, which means Tweety, who came from loser's bracket, won the first set between these two. Now they're going again for all the marbles.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have some fun tonight. Seriously, it's been a really big tournament. It's been, it's 3 tournaments in one. This one, the Miniblins tournament, and tonight we get to see what happens to the middle group.
Yeah, and what's interesting about these 2 runners specifically is that Tweety was the 4th seed of this tournament, and Pix was, I believe, the 7th seed.
Yeah, the 7th seed.
So yeah, both of them improved a lot to get where they are right now, and it's cool to see.
Yeah, they did a really good job of improving through the tournament. It was exactly the point of this tournament. We're going to have some fun. There's about 20 seconds separating us from the start. And our obligatory rating session, aka the hints.
Yep.
We're going to have some fun.
For those of you that don't know, hints are on King of Red Lions. It gives us ideas as to where certain items are and where we might not need to go. So both runners will probably start out this race by going straight to King of Red Lions and talking to them.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a great time.
It's gonna be fun.
Look at that. We have a Ganon, we have a Tetra, and we have one person changing items and one person in the water.
Yeah, so it looks like our 2 dungeons are going to be Dragon Roost Cavern and Earth Temple.
Yeah, I did read Jahala.
Another thing to note about these hints is that Earth Temple Big Key Chest, which is normally one of the last checks you do, has our bombs. And bombs are arguably the most important item in this randomizer. It opens up a lot of checks, and it allows for a lot of cool tricks that really speeds up the game.
It really allows for some creativity. Like, if you don't have your bombs, everything is still doable, almost. But there's a lot of things that are impossible to do. A lot of little tricks that our runners will want to use that they probably won't be able to.
Yeah, and speaking of tricks, Pix over here is going for a super swim from Mother and Child to Western.
Looks like it. So first things first, we're gonna just talk to our boat.
Yep. Oh, getting the sword here. Again.
Meanwhile, Tweety just went in and out of Mother and Child. We have Pix about to make the screen flicker, so if you're photosensitive, it is about time to close your eyes until we say otherwise.
Yep. So Pix is going to be charging up a super swim here, and we're going to take this over to Western Ferry, which you're not supposed to be able to get into yet. So Pix is hoping for a good item here that speeds up some early game checks to get ahead of Tweety.
Yeah, it's one of those checks that is... no matter where you are in the seed, it's always going to feel a little out of the way. So doing it that way is never a bad idea.
Yeah.
So we want to just phase through this island. So we're going to have to walk slowly into the wall. We're sidestepping here. It works too.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, we're getting a piece of art on Tingle. Thank you, Tingle.
Yeah, if you've never seen this game before, a lot of these walls here that we have are just purely suggestions.
Oh, yeah.
That was a clean swim by Pix. We're going to see if it paid off here. Western Ferry, what you got for us?
Okay, Western Ferry. I don't want germs. I only want items. All right. Let's see that. It's Farore's Pearl. It's the item that
not directly needed. Not directly needed, but it does unlock a mail check, which could have something.
And also, it's relatable to this tournament a lot.
Yeah, so it's called Miniblins. This tournament specifically is called Miniblins because it was meant for more beginner runners. It's less checks than our normal runs, and they're overall faster seeds and less to think about.
Mm-mm. Oh, we're equipping Aero's Charm. Yeah. Let's go. And we're getting some iron boots.
Mandatory charm.
The whole tournament, the plan of this tournament was to let less experienced runners get more action. Basically, just play some seeds, get used to the game. And I do believe that in the timeline, right after this tournament, at least soon after it, we're going to have a regular tournament. Our yearly tournament.
Our yearly tournament is going to this summer. It's in a couple weeks. And this tournament was basically to help more inexperienced runners get more accustomed with the game, the mechanics, all that stuff, as we get power bracelets on Tweety's side. So making that bomb placement a little more manageable.
Yeah, the power bracelets are kind of like the diet bombs.
Yeah,
you can't glitch with them, but you can't glitch with them, but you can do the things that the regular bombs would do for the most part.
Yep. All right, we'll see if Pix actually puts on the hero's charm. I saw Tweety already did, as expected. It is a soft requirement. Yeah, and it looks like Pix is gonna go put it on. Oh, that is a time save right there.
It's a time save. You get to see the health of the enemies.
That's right.
So it's really good if you never looked at the document that tells you about the health of the enemies.
It actually is kind of helpful to know how much health enemies have left.
Because it really lets you like customize your little combos when you fight.
Yeah.
Also, seeing people going all in the predictions. There's predictions open for this game right now, so do gamble your points.
Now, I don't condone gambling, but if you are gonna gamble, this is the safest way to do it. So
yeah, you use your internet points to gamble, not your real money. Also, that's a grappling hook.
Yep, that was our path hint towards Goma. So yeah.
I was about to say earlier that with the power bracelets, you could go full clear pop print today since Scale the Wall has been entered dead. But now you could do everything, including the wall if you felt like it. Not a good idea on this one, but you could.
And Tweety is going for Dragon Roost Island, presumably just going to go to paw print. You can go into Dragon Roost Cavern with just a grappling hook. It's just pretty slow, and it's not guaranteed to be full clearable. So you usually want to wait for another item.
I did not want to mention it, but it's a little weird to see a rich person giving us the blood of the innocent in this seed. But
true,
pretty intense. Pretty intense. Could be good for a transfusion.
Yeah, there's our first shard of this seed. We need 8 of them, and we know where 2 are. They're on the bosses of these dungeons that we need.
Miss the good old days when Hyrule was elf-saved at the beginning of the seeds. We had 4 shards to start.
Yeah,
but in
Season 4 for throwback.
This one, we have absolutely no shards to start with. That sale gets me every time.
Yep. Papega business sale on Pix's side.
Business in the front, speed in the back. We're going fast.
Looks like Tweety is peeking Crescent Moon Island. I could not tell what that was.
I think we were a little far to even tell, but it could be just the crustiness of our side.
Yeah, it looks like Tweety's going to grab it anyway. It looks like it was spiky.
Usually, if the runner keeps going after peeking, it means spiky.
Yep. That's a good rule. And that is our Mirror Shield. I believe Angular was hinted bare in the seed, so we won't be seeing that.
Yeah,
but we do need it for Ur Temple.
It's going to be really useful in Ur Temple today.
Yeah, definitely. Especially without bombs.
Yeah, without bombs, it really removes some creativity in the routing of Ur Temple. You kind of have to take it slow, do your things, eventually get to the boss.
Yeah, and I'm not sure, but I don't think Pix actually checked Farore's mail yet, unless I'm mistaken.
I think they did, but we can't.
Did they?
Maybe. I mean, I think we saw a piece of mail at some point, like.
I don't remember. So,
But it could be just me checking my mail today.
fair enough.
I'm
That
mixing
seed bleed
real
is real.
life and Wind Waker. If you die in Wind Waker, you die in real life. Oh no!
Oh no!
Thank God
Tweety
Soup
gonna
is
get
there.
yeah, Tweety's gonna get the useless iron boots here. We don't need him to see it.
Was that Iron Boots? It could have been. No, it was our friends, the Salvage Corp. Of course. We just see it right there.
Yep.
There's your answer, Quasi.
Yeah, so both runners going for roughly the same starting here. Both heading to Windfall, the Northern Ferry, then Dragonverse Island, and then probably Paw Print for Pix as well.
The whole difference was at the very start with the Western Ferry.
Yeah.
Which
So
makes
Tweety
it
has-
look like Pix is a little late, but we do know that if Tweety has to go there, it's going to take a while.
Right. There's our first Tingle statue. I do believe Tingle was hinted towards Hyrule, so we know Tingle is necessary.
Oh, 2 statues. Let's go. Come on.
The 4 for 4?
Let us have a third at least, since Scale the Wall is
Oh
not
yeah,
gonna
Scale
be
the Wall's
anything.
useless. You're right.
Come on, 3 for 3. Come on. And it's not spiky.
Still, 100% of the items that we got in there were Tingle statues.
That's amazing. What if you found all the Tingle statues as your first checks? Do you go straight there? Or?
All 5 Windfall checks are just
Yeah.
Tingle statues.
That would be amazing.
That would be pretty fantastic.
It would give you a really big hint of where to go next.
True.
Mirror Shield for Pix.
Yeah, it looks
And
like Tweety's
now-
heading towards Eastern Fairy Island, just south of Paw Print.
Yeah, that one only has a boulder in front of it, so lifting it with super strength is totally doable now.
Yeah. Now, I wonder when we're going to get our first dungeon entrance. Because technically, Dragonverse Cavern could possibly be full cleared. Assuming the keys are in the right spot.
Yeah.
So, it'll be interesting to see how they route that in. We do have a lot of overworld left to do still, so...
Yeah, I haven't really played these settings, but there's not a ton of overworld, but there's still some overworld left for us right now.
Yeah.
Especially
like we have-
in the southeast quadrant, there's going to be quite a lot of stuff that we can do.
Right.
There's still
Yeah.
Outset.
A bow is definitely our number one look, or our number one item for Dragonverse right now.
Oh yeah.
There it
Speaking
is.
of bows,
Found it.
yeah, there we go. Ask and you shall receive, Koala.
Yeah. And honestly, I would not be... I would honestly go Dragonverse Cavern right now. I would take the gamble.
It could be an
But-
interesting one to see, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, if you have Leaf or Bomb... Or well, I guess you can't get Bombs. Leaf or Fire and Ice, it gets a lot faster. But... Looks like Tweety's heading towards Cliff Platte.
Yeah, I see some people mentioning it in the comments, but the one thing that Tweety could have done with that bow is going and see Cyclos right at the next island, one of the Triangle Islands.
Yeah, Northern Triangle does have Cyclos. One of the 3 spots you can get him.
Yeah, and it's always fun to see a frog, you know,
Mhm.
little frogs just being there ribbiting. Who love them? All right, it's time. The Cliff Plateau. So in Cliff Plateau, we're gonna break the game a little, as usual.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna get storage here.
Oh, that's
Be able to store the
nostalgic.
chests and just walk up walls.
That's the old route. We used to use that one in season 2. It brings back so many memories, man.
Yep.
And now it's not memories because that is much more recent. end of last turning. Middle of last turning, I should say. And we're gonna open the chest, but since we have storage, we're not gonna see what's inside. We're gonna start climbing walls, slashing through them, jumping into the void and making it up.
Yeah, very nicely done by Tweety. And it's also going to get storage on this chest. I think they're going to take it to Thorn Fairy Island to do a similar thing that Pix did.
I would not be surprised.
Looks like Pix is just going to get their bow at Eastern Fairy here. Curious to know if they would go to Northern Triangle afterwards.
Would you look at that? It's a bow, as foretold by the prophecy. And by me prophecy, I mean us seeing it 2 minutes ago.
Wow, we can see the future, Mongol. I think we're just better.
Yeah. If I could see the future, I'd do so many things with it, including seeing that Tweety was just going for the island behind the island. Haha!
Yeah, so Tweety's saving at Bird's Peak Rock there. If Thorn Fairy does happen to be nothing, you can just quit out and restart your game, and you'll be back at Cliff Plat saving a 30-second sale.
Yeah, Tweety's using a chest storage at the moment, which means that we don't need the hammer to get in. We just need to walk through the wall. Like that. Slowly. Slowly. Yep. There we go.
Walls are just a suggestion in this game, and Pix is heading towards Outset.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
More information for us.
And they might honestly do Diamond Step early here.
Don't even need to clip into the house since it's the night. Oh. Yep. And we're now in Casa del Meza. Hello, Meza. How are you doing? Hi, Meza. See you never.
See you never.
Hey, Tingle statue.
And a shard.
Ooh, lots of gold in the last few seconds. Alright, Casa de Grama next.
Yep. Meanwhile, Tweety gonna sail back towards BPR because Thorn was something. They're just gonna have to sail the long way. It's about less than 30 seconds to sail. It's not that far, but
sailing is not that bad in the randomizer since we have the wonderful swift sail and mixing that with some glitchy business like cell pumping or cell jumping, we get even faster.
Absolutely.
So we don't have chest storage anymore for this one, but there's this wonderful trick that I hate with everything in my body, but everyone else is good at. It's using the grapple to get in.
Is it really wonderful if you don't like it?
Oh, it is wonderful for the others.
True. Very true.
Fun fact, this trick made me learn storage.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I was like, oh, this is too complicated. I'll learn to break the game another way instead.
Yep.
All right.
Tweety getting in on the first try, making it look easy.
Oh, Pix.
Basement is something.
I enjoy
There's
Pix.
our leaf.
I really enjoy what Pix is doing. Not even peeking the chest before going down, because Grandma always pays.
True that. But now that we have leaf, we can do the Great Fairy here on the Outset Fairy.
Yeah, we're just on the wrong side of the island, but that it can be corrected with some boating.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like Pix is going to go check that right away. Makes sense.
Might as well. We're right on the island.
Yep, indeed. It looks like Tweety is heading towards Bomb Island. Going to get the check-in here.
Bomb Island is one of these islands. It's kind of complicated. Sometimes it goes really well. Sometimes it goes badly. But with chest types matches counted, we can now skip it if it's nothing.
True.
Wonderful. Would you look at that? That boulder has been lifted, and there's a Ganondorf about to learn to fly.
Yeah, so now we're just patiently waiting to peek some of our items here. I think Pix really has everything that they want before entering Dragon Roost. I would not be sad about entering Dragon Roost here.
Wouldn't be surprised to see them go that way after, but also
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised to go see them and do Cliff Plateau because it can be surprisingly fast when you already have your life.
Also true. Yeah, and finding nothing at Bomb Island, Tweety. So I'm wondering where they'll go next.
I have a feeling that Halset is in their future. Don't know why.
That would be a good idea.
Right, Great Fairy, what is your great gift? And would you look at that? It's a Master Sword!
Yeah, so that is required. We're just missing one more sword on Pix's side. Meanwhile, Tweety is heading towards Cyclos at Shark Island.
One of the locations you can meet the frog at.
Yep.
Alright, time to spam frog emotes in the chat. I'll be right back.
Yep. Looks like Pix is not going for Diamond Step early, just opting to leave and go. Yeah, gonna just head into Dragon Roost Cavern.
Oh, them be frogs. Do spam your frog emotes. I like different frogs. Oh, that's a nice frog. Look at it dancing. Speaking of frogs, there's one that's gonna make us play a song we've played multiple times already.
I don't know what you're talking about. We've never learned this song before. I've never heard of it.
It's kind of like you've heard the song before, but you don't know the name of the song yet.
Right.
And that's like I was just like, oh yeah, that's just the Ballad of Gales.
Yeah. There's our Skull Hammer. We will need that for Earth Temple, so that is a good find.
Yeah, nice find. It also puts a little-known Western Fairy Island into the real logic.
Yep. I don't remember if
We're going to
Western
Great Fish.
Fairy was anything.
We're going to Great Fish, so
Yeah, I
we're
think
gonna
we are
find
heading
out
to
again.
Western. Yep.
We're gonna find out again.
We are gonna find out. Meanwhile, Pix is heading into Dragon Roost Cavern. Can't full clear it. So we'll be pretty happy with that.
Right, pull on the dashy ones here. Oh, doing the ones. They're
Oh,
confident.
This is why I always push it to pull it twice.
Yeah, a lot of people do that twice in Randomizer, but it is the real speed strat to only do it once.
It technically saves a couple frames, but
Yeah.
not enough to warrant me to go to not do it. So
Safety first, as they say.
that's exactly right.
And another thing that we say is Smoky first, because this is Dragon Roost. Hello, Smoky Chest.
Yep. So in terms of a lead here, it's hard to tell because Pix has done all of Outset and is heading into Dragon Roost, while Tweety has done all of the east side of the map and is about to catch up on this Western Ferry.
There's only going to be Outset left for them, but at the same time for Pix, there's the Wall, Cliff Plateau, Bird's Peak, and Bomb Island area to do later.
Yep. So it's hard to pinpoint a lead here right now. But
it usually is early in these seeds. Ooh, we're free aiming this. Well done by Pix.
Nicely done by Pix, getting that in quite a few amount of shots. Yeah, 6 arrows.
Was kind of that was Farore's Pearl. Yes.
Yeah. So we still don't know. Well, I don't know if Farore's Pearl was anything, but.
And since we don't need to come back to this dungeon ever, don't even need to break that pot here.
Yep.
So we just lift the boulder and we go to this chest to get a small key. Because going backwards without a small key leads only to sadness.
True that. Yeah, and it looks like Farore's Mail was in fact nothing at all, and it looks like Tweety's heading over to Outset with the ferry.
Wouldn't be surprised. Alright, so we need to kill this Bokoblin today, or at least steal his weapon, because our sword can't break the wood, but his sword can. Crazy how that works.
Yep.
Don't even need to swing it at the wood, you only need to throw it at the wood.
Yeah, I mean, the sword that's better than the Master Sword. Like, what do the
R-
Bokus have? What are the Bokus using?
It reminds me of playing Breath of the Wild, where the Master Sword does less damage than some random spike club you find on the floor.
Yeah.
What are the bokoblins hiding from us?
I mean, they got
Oh,
their engineering degrees, I guess.
yeah. But look at that. We also got our engineering degree here because Pix made it just in time for the elevator.
Yeah.
Built that so fast. Oh, and we're gonna wait for the cutscene before falling down. Not a bad idea since we are in the era of knowing if the chest is something.
Yep.
Back
So
in
Pig's
my
just gonna
days, we
ignore
just
it.
fell down before the cutscene ended because we didn't know.
Yep. Yeah. Before CTMC, you had to pick it up anyway. So
Yep.
here we are. Yeah.
Hey, it's time
Pix.
to go to Graham's place again.
Yeah. Pix is going pretty fast through this dungeon. Meanwhile, Tweety is picking up the leaf here. Probably will end up full clearing outset. Might do Diamond Step early.
Oh yeah,
Um.
it
So we'll
could be
see how that
something.
goes. Could be.
And we're gonna lift the boulder that we're currently residing in on Pix's
You know,
side.
as you do.
And we marked Great Fairy, so I think I know where we're going next.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna check mail here, go to Mesas, and then head up to that Great Fairy on Tweety's side. You know,
Gonna be
Pig's checking the mini boss. And there's nothing apparently.
Yeah,
Just gonna
just
drop
fall
down.
into the void, go back to the door you came from. Wonderful. Never understood how that works exactly. I mean, in a real world logic, not in the game
It's
logic.
Lakitu. Lakitu actually comes and picks you up and puts you back on the track.
Oh man, Lakitu is just doing overtime in different
I
universes.
know.
Good guy, that Lakitu.
Always so helpful.
Yeah. Oh, I love that room backwards because the Bokoblin is just surprised to see you normally, but now he has a good reason to be surprised. Someone fell from the ceiling.
Yep. That's the third Tingle statue for Tweety.
Yep, and we hit the Bokoblin on the ass again, which makes them immortal for a few seconds. All right, we have a stick. We have no sense of direction, but we made it.
I mean, it's easy to get turned around in these.
Oh, it really
these
is.
rooms.
It really is.
It's spiky though.
Ooh, we do like spiky. Speaking
Now
of
the thing
Miniblins
is,
tournament,
we don't have a way to go backwards from here because we do need
Master Sword.
hookshot and or bombs or fire and ice arrows.
Yeah, I am surprised that we didn't do chest storage in the last room because
Yeah, I think
it is
Pix
one of the
probably
ways you
just
can do it.
forgot. Yeah, Pix realized that now it's gonna have to go
You
forwards.
could always peek at this point, though. Never mind.
Yeah, I think that's all right.
It's not the end of the world.
No, definitely not. You can just go through forwards.
Yep. Gonna take a little bit more, but we're still gonna be able to finish the dungeon.
Yep. Meanwhile, Tweety finishing up outset here, gonna get their third sword.
Yep. And while we were talking, Pix got the fourth sword.
Oh yeah, that's the pot room chest that they got.
Yeah.
Another spiky here.
Look at that! It's a note to mom.
Yeah.
One piece of mail that actually matters in these settings. Right? Speaking of needing bokoblins today. Hello, bokoblin.
Indeed.
Good night, bokoblin.
Now, if Tweety does go Diamond Step early and finds something useful like fire and ice arrows,
Ooh. We are
that
taking
would save
it.
a lot of time.
Yeah. Diamond step early in the middle of the night. Not the easiest thing to do, but it is doable. Easier to see the shift of the weather during the day.
And Pix going up here without checking big key chest first. So not guaranteed to get all the keys here. Might need to orphan Darkroom unless they checked it beforehand.
Could always there's a if
There's
we
a small
do
key
get
skip you could do.
if we get a small key in this room, we are golden.
True.
We could do it. Oh, different way of pulling the blocks.
Yeah,
than
I've
I'm
never
used
seen that
to.
before, but it works.
I do like it. I do like it. So that's a block where you get storage if you need it.
Yeah.
One of the
Ooh,
weirder
not-
place to do it because you do have to press A to make it up.
Yeah, and not quite
Hey.
making it on Tweety's side at Diamond Step, but I'm gonna try again here. Fortunately, it's not that hard to restart.
And speaking of hook shots,
Yeah, where was that 5 minutes ago?
that's the thing that we need for Diamond Step. Not early, and it is a nice little small key here.
Diamond Step on time.
Yeah, Diamond Step early is happening at the same time. We want to get close enough for the weather to change, and then we jump in the middle of the whirlpool. That puts us
Nicely done.
right on top of Diamond Step Island because the game gets confused. And it's a small key. We're not locked out.
Yeah, we're not locked out. Nicely
Now-
done by Pix, and now we're gonna check Dark Room.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Tweety is diving under the island. Gonna wait a few seconds under the island to resurface and then swim to the highest body of water that we can find.
Oh,
Hey, that's
well,
very nice, arrow.
there's our fire and ice arrows after we need them. Good stuff.
Yeah. The dungeon has not been treating Pix too well as far
No.
as the perfect route goes, but the items are good.
Yeah.
And doing that backwards is one of the best ways to open the pots in the labyrinth here. Take your
Yep.
hammer, but instead of striking forward, you strike backwards.
Oh,
Oh.
Tweety accidentally falling down. I think just deciding to reset there.
Yeah, not a bad way of going back to the start.
Yep.
You could also have smashed the pot on that other side and make it back up that way, but
Right. I'm not sure where Pix is going right now. Did they?
the big key chest.
Ah, the big key chest. Yeah, because we got all 4 keys. Right.
All right. So
We do see a spiky and diamond step for Tweety.
Yeah.
Gonna peek the other chest while we're up here.
I don't
Can't
even
tell.
know how you people do it.
I don't think that was spiky. It didn't look spiky to me, but it's hard to tell.
I just go check. Hey, it's very nice that road.
There's our fire and ice. So that will save a lot of time for from Pix, yeah.
It also opens up 3 more checks in the overworld. I forgot about Needle Rock for some reason.
Yep. Yeah, Needle Rock is right here, so
Yeah,
it
Wouldn't
would
be
be worth it
surprised
to go
see them
check.
sell there. Oh, look at that.
Nicely
We
done.
can see the future.
Oh, it is spiky on Pix's side.
Yep.
So
Right.
worth it to come down to the big key chest.
And another fun use of the ice arrows here. Just put your MacTails into a ball straight away.
Yep. 4th
And
tingle
it's a
statue.
tingle statue. All right, and we're gonna make it into Needle Rock before the ice is even fully melted. Do you like when that happens?
Mm-hmm. And
from
Pix
the-
is just finishing up Dragon Roost Cavern here. Gonna head to the boss.
Oh, missing the pot there, but not the worst thing in the world.
That pod is a little bit finicky to jump into. The ledge
Yeah,
is
you-
way too high. You just jump over it.
Yeah, you jump over it. You kind of have to like sword slash into it.
Yeah.
The special one. Hey, it's a big key. I would never have guessed.
And Needle Rock is nothing. And the
Ooh.
actual bait bag, because we don't need it at all.
Yeah, one of the saddest things about the Miniblins settings, we don't get to yeet the pig. Throw
But tune in a
forward.
couple weeks towards season 6 because we will be eating the pig.
Oh man, I can't wait to lob the hog.
Yeah, Tweety opting not to do Islet. I don't think she knows how to do the Islet jump. So
Oh,
we'll
swing
just be
that
heading into
swine.
Dragon Roost.
Swing that swine is another good one. I'm adding it. Alright, so one runner's about done with Dragon Roost's cavern, another one enters.
Yep.
It's poetic. Are we gonna hold hands for a few seconds?
Yeah, so it looks like Tweety's an entire dungeon behind, but Tweety has completed Diamond Step on top of all of the Eastern Islands and Cyclos as well, so...
There's a lot of our wall that is gonna be needing to be done by picks,
Yeah.
but...
I've noticed between these two runners, as I watched out all of the races, Pix likes to rush the dungeons a lot more than Tweety does, but Tweety likes to full clear the overworld. So it ends up being like the same time overall.
It's two schools of thinking. There's always gonna be the dungeon rushers, and there's gonna be the overworlders, as some people call them.
Exactly.
And depending on where the items are, one is always gonna have an advantage, unless there's items on both sides. Then they kind of meet up in the middle at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
And it is over for Goma, which became a scorpion since Ocarina of Time. Don't question it.
No one knows the lore between the games. Don't worry about it. Even Nintendo doesn't know the lore.
One arthropods to another, same thing.
Basically.
Are scorpions arthropods? I don't even know.
I couldn't tell you. I want to say they are, but I don't know.
Someone in the chat correct me if I'm wrong, please. I want to know. And that's one rope down for Tweety. Looking out for the second one. There we go. And we're going to do the setup for the third one too. Pretty easy with the setup there. There we go. I stated that scorpions are arthropods. And I want to know if I'm wrong. Because it sounds right, but I could also make it up, because I am making it up right now.
I want to say you're correct, but again, I don't know enough about scorpion biology to know.
The only scorpions I've ever seen are from the video game Fallout New Vegas, because I don't actually live somewhere warm enough to have scorpions.
And Skyward Sword, hello.
Oh, you think you have played Skyward Sword?
Fair enough.
I haven't yet.
You should. Great game.
I should. Weirdly enough, I never had it on the Wii, and I haven't been keeping up with my Switch games. So
yeah, fair enough. Looks like Pix is gonna go try and do the sail jump into Islet here. It's a little finicky.
It is.
I think it's somewhat dependent on your water levels here, but it's not terribly bad, especially with the swift sail.
Okay, so by being very general, I was right. Thank you, Vextress, for confirming.
Nicely done by Pix, by the way.
Yeah, well done by Pix. Pix is now gonna play the song of the winds and be disappointed if I remember right. Oh, no, we've never been in.
We never checked this, so yeah, it could be something.
New information, but I was right about the disappointment.
Yep. You knew it.
I see the future.
And yeah, Bicky Chest is not something we usually do early on just because it's so slow. If we can afford to skip it because it's a key, then it would save a lot of time.
It can be really long to be there. Also, I have a question for chat. Do you guys really think we can see the future, or that we're really lucky with our 50-50s?
Yeah, actually, we're on a 7-minute delay here, and we're just seeing everything in advance.
Oh boy. The staircase is breaking. Really lucky with 50-50s. You are right.
Yeah, so both runners here just trying to finish up what the others have already done. Tweety finishing up Dragon Roost, and Pix is heading for Overworld, more specifically Needle Rock. But yeah, not much to say here.
Look at that. That's a mailbox dancing.
Yep, that's Grandma Mill right there for Pix.
Took a while since saving Grandma before checking that. It's the Great
Yep.
Fairy chart, which is good in these settings because we have the Great Fairies in.
Yes.
We don't know where they live, right?
Right, yes, and Submarine Chart is also very useful in the settings with subs.
Yep, they
So-
really are. You know what I really like? The Light Ring shard.
Oh yes, the truly useless one.
The crazy thing is that light rings just kind of show up.
Yeah, they show up everywhere.
I remember that because in a race in the past, I was short a few rupees before going into Beetle 20 on the
And
ocean.
you fished it up.
I fished it up.
That's great.
I think it's way slower than just going elsewhere, but when you're close enough,
True.
never rely on memory. You never know when you might go senile. That's a great way of thinking. I like it.
Alright, now the question is, where does Pix go next? Has Fire and Ice arrows. Oh, gonna go outset. Probably Diamond Step here.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised since we do have that nice little hook shot. And right next to Diamond Step, we have Needle Rock, which we know is nothing, but Pix doesn't.
Well, Pix already did Needle Rock, actually. They went Islet into Needle Rock and then
right.
save warped out.
I'm very
So-
surprised about this. Sorry.
Yeah, there. It's a little bit. I think it's faster to go from Needle Rock to Diamond Step without saving, but this works too.
It does work. We'll make it eventually.
That's right. It's not about. It's about the friends we made along the way, right?
Yeah, always. I'm friends with every chest I open. The ones I don't open, we don't talk about them.
Exactly right.
And thank you, ZeldaSpeedRuns, too, for the raid. Welcome, raiders. You guys are the friends we're making along the way.
Yeah. So for those of you that just came in, this is the Wind Waker Randomizer Miniblins setting. So this is slightly faster than all our other settings, our normal settings, and this is Grand Finals versus in between Pix and Tweety. It's a pretty close race so far. I think both runners are pretty even at this point.
Yeah, very close race, and it is the last race of the group. So at the end of this one, we're gonna have a champion. So stay tuned.
That's right.
Gonna have a champion and another person that's gonna be like, "Hey, I did good, right?" And we're gonna be like, "Yeah, you did good, man." You did good."
Yeah, but all our runners here on Miniblins did a great job, even if they got round one, but we still love them anyway.
Yeah, and we're gonna see them soon. I'm pretty sure because after this tournament, there's gonna be our regular yearly tournament too. So stay tuned.
Right.
Yeah, it is very similar to the mentor types of tournaments in A Link to the Past, but the difference is that we don't have enough mentors for everyone. So more or less, everyone answers questions when they can.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, if you want to join, we have a Discord. I don't know if it's linked. If you do exclamation mark the Wind Waker Randomizer, I don't know if it's linked.
I know there's one for Miniblins. It might link to the right one. It doesn't exist apparently.
Yeah,
I have been foiled.
But yeah, if you want to join, our season 6 is just around the corner. We're about finishing up Miniblins here. So yeah, it's a good race.
Very good race. And a very good sale on the Pix side. I need to say it
Yep.
again. All about that business.
Yeah, custom sales have become more of a prominent thing in these over the past couple weeks.
It's wonderful.
It really is.
Tweety's making it to the basement right now. We're gonna get what was in that nice little big key chest.
Yeah, it looks like Pix is gonna grab Beetle 20, I think.
Grabbing Beetle.
Oh, nope.
I don't
Wrong.
think Beetle is 20
Yeah.
on this island.
Not Shark Island. I
There's
forgot
a
about
bunch of islands where Beetle will sell you a 20 rupees item, but Shark is not one of them. There's a map that exists, and that I promised to some people that don't really see colors to make in shapes instead, but
Yeah, the main Beetle 20 locations are Outset, Paw
DRC.
Print, and Dragon Roost Cavern,
Yeah,
and
the-
Forest Haven.
Forest
Those are
Haven
the
also
main-
has it, yes.
Yeah, those are the main ones.
The other ones sell other things, such as red potions, arrows, bombs when you have them. No question. Are the Tingle statues used this year? They are not. When we get all 5 of them, we get to go on Tingle Island and talk to Ankle, not to be confused for Knuckle,
Yep,
and
and also David Jr.
David Jr. David Jr. is hard to confuse though because he's got those cheekbones. Okay, are we really skipping Big Key here?
You are using the big key to skip the big key. I love it.
Wonderful. That is wonderful. But yeah, we get to see Ankle. Ankle gives us a little something. It could be something great in this one because we have been hinted that that check leads to Hyrule. So it could be Shard. It could be it could be a shard at this point. I'm pretty sure. I think.
I think it has to be a shard at this point. We have everything
A
else.
shard?
And also,
or something that leads to a shard.
a quick look over on Pix's screen. We are heading into Earth Temple.
Ooh.
Yeah, has everything they need to finish it up. Probably wants to grab bombs as soon as they can.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so skipping Cliff Plat, Bomb Island, all that eastern section stuff, and just going straight to Earth Temple. Not a bad play.
Does Hero's Charm make everything faster? It does, but only in my head. It's not actually in the game.
Yeah, Hero's Charm really, it honestly wastes time because you have to put it on, but it looks cooler, so it saves time.
It really looks cool. But if your model has like flame decals on the Hero's Charm, you go like 10% faster, right?
Yeah, I think that's how that works.
Flame decals equals faster. If you look good, you feel good, you play good. That is words I live by.
Yeah, now it's time for everyone's favorite dungeon on Pix's side, Earth Temple.
Yeah, jump on these stairs. Oh man.
I'm curious to see how these runners will route Earth Temple now that we don't have bombs, which is usually a staple of this Earth Temple route.
Wouldn't be surprised to see them go straight for the basement, but in the slower way, since we don't have bombs. And it is over for Goma on Tweety's side. Well done for that fight.
Finished up Dragon Roost Cavern, gonna get their third shard here. We have full sword, full bow. We're just missing 4 shards.
All right, and I think Tweety, just on the outside of this dungeon, there's a check that a lot of people don't like to do, but we're gonna be really close to it. So who knows? Maybe we're gonna see Fire Mountain.
And with the way Tweety's been playing, I think they are gonna end up full clearing the overworld. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them do Fire Mountain.
Wouldn't be surprised either. I mean, it is right next to to Dragon Roost Island, so might as well.
It is slow, but it makes it's hard to route in otherwise. So
it really is. Right, so there seems to be a key of some sort in this first chest here. So Pix is gonna opt to not open it, keep it for some store shenanigans later.
Yeah, I think you're right. Probably wants to head over to basement as fast as possible, and just go from there.
Since we don't really have ways of going faster here, we're just gonna open the room completely. Never a bad idea. Meanwhile, Tweety freezing the lava. We were right. She is going for that fire mountain
Yep.
from one volcano to the other.
That's right. Why are there two volcanoes right next to each other? That doesn't seem very safe.
Most volcanoes come in packs, you know. That's how
I guess
they
that's true.
hunt.
That's how they hunt, yes.
No, I think it has something to do with tectonic plates and stuff. I'm not smart, guys.
Something like that.
Hey, they threw Medley.
Yeah, nice throw. Nice throw by
Oh.
Pix.
And we made it into Fire Mountain. Meanwhile, there's a spiky chest on this side. It's a try for shard.
So important to note here, Pix is missing a shard that Tweety has. And I believe that one was at Thorned Fairy Island. So
I do believe you're right. But also at the same time, Tweety has one, and Pix now has one that Tweety doesn't have. So
that's also true. So they're tied on shards, but a little bit different shards.
And nothing at the end of Fire Mountain.
Yeah, but a double spiky on Pix's side.
Oh my
looks
god.
like Pix is gonna store this one.
Not a bad idea. So getting storage near the crypt there. We're not gonna see what's in that chest until we get a nice... Oh boy. Medley, please.
Having a
Please,
little bit of
Medley.
issues with the bubble here, but we got it done.
It is pretty close. Like, if you type exclamation mark ahead, you're gonna see the real leader. And it's not gonna be a joke. Actually, it's gonna be a joke.
It is gonna be a joke.
It is. It's a good one, though, so if you want to do it.
Yeah, but it's again, it's hard to pinpoint a lead here. Pix is getting ahead in the Earth Temple, but Tweety's done pretty much everything in the overworld besides Ankle and Islet of Steel.
Oh, yes, they typed ahead. They typed ahead. Oh.
So it's anyone's race at this point.
Really is. Even Golden can win, actually.
Even Godan, yeah, Godan is ahead, so...
Yeah. Always ahead. Speaking of head, here's a dragon head with the check inside.
What's the lore behind this dragon head?
It's a good question, honestly.
Where did it come from?
I don't think it's covered in the strategy guide, which I actually own. So I couldn't tell.
I probably have one too, so who knows?
I have the official Nintendo one. It's in wonderful, wonderful English, which was completely useless to French-speaking kid me.
Yeah. And unfortunately, Ice Ring also not being nice to Tweety. All of the fire and ice checks being useless this seed.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Which also means that Pix getting ahead in Earth Temple is a good play.
It could come back and be really good for them. There's still that little shard waiting on Torn Fairy Island. That could bite them in the back.
Also
eventually.
true. And we know that Tingle Island is past the Hyrule, which has to be a shard.
Oh no!
Oh,
Didn't
unlucky
open
for
the
Pix.
Didn't open the leaf fast enough, and now our little storage shenanigans are dead. But we get to see what the item was.
Yeah, and at this point,
open-
I think it has to be either a Tingle statue or a shard. But
Yeah. So next time we see the menu, pay attention to it.
oh well, they're not gonna check it yet.
Not
I
not
wonder if
yet.
we're gonna
Not
get
yet.
leaf strats here. No, just gonna opt to move the mirror. Makes sense.
Not a bad idea. And now we need a small key in the floor master room on the other side.
Yeah. Well, the good thing about this, the good thing about voiding out there is that you can go check Floor Master's room, because Pix I don't think was planning on doing it yet, because you want to keep your storage all the way through. But
I'm gonna need the eyes of everyone in chat because Pix checked the menu and I totally zoned out at that moment.
oh, was it delivery bag? I
It could
didn't
have
see.
been. Oh, yeah, it's been marked on the tracker.
Yeah, it probably was. Thank you,
Wonderful
trackers.
tracking job from Blank's Eye and Tan Joe tonight. They're doing fantastic work. I think
Yep.
there's a command for them.
Yeah, it's exclamation. I think it's just exclamation mark T.
Key? A T. T.
Yeah,
Sorry.
T.
I've not been there in a while. Trackers, they see everything, man.
Yeah. We can just talk about the game, but they really just they're focused.
They see into the future and the past because they can use the powers of the VODs if they miss something. I've been there before, by the way.
Yeah.
Alright, we're both in our temple. Oh, spiky chest at the end of the Floor Master room.
Yeah. And
Oh,
it's
bombs.
our tingle statue.
Tingle, tingle, kururimpa. Oh, and we missed the switch here.
Yeah, just barely missing that switch.
It happens. And just out of range
Oh, nope.
for
getting bit
the sword
anyway.
slash, and just in range for the hogs.
All we just
danger.
want are hugs. Like, come on.
I mean, hugs are good, but sometimes someone touches you and you don't feel great. It's that one.
They also try and eat your head, so I mean.
That's not the best. It's not considered a proper way of interacting with people. Especially not since COVID.
So I'm wondering
Oh.
how Tweety will do this route here, because they usually like to use bombs to store a lot of these chests, but now that we don't have it, makes this route a lot more interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little different, and we're gonna get to see it. So picks at the first try through mid lane a little too far, so couldn't reflect off the harp on the back to the shield. Had to pick her up again, throw her again, but now we're in. Oh, and we're storing that chest on Tweety's side too.
Yeah,
so
nice storage.
probably gonna see a very similar route to what Pix was trying to do, but can Tweety pull it off?
We're about to see. Opting not to open up the statue here, just gonna probably take medley, drop them off, and go out of bounds here.
Yeah. It's gonna look very similar to the ET Go mode right there.
Yeah.
So first things first, you want to climb on that harm. It's a little finicky. Usually, I like an angle that's not perpendicular to the harm, like this.
There you
yes.
go, yeah. Oh, it looks like Pix opting for basement early.
Not a bad idea since we know our
Yeah.
bombs are there, and also Pix is now gonna need the big key to get into Jahala's place. So,
Also true, because you don't have storage.
and to answer your question, Puncupine, chest storage is kind of the bread and butter of this randomizer. It's one of the most broken glitches in the game. Basically, when you open a chest in normal gameplay, the game has to make the Link's collisions a little smaller so that he can get closer to the chest and the animation looks right. But if somehow we were to eat the chest animation with what we call storage, we could get those same hitboxes but still be able to move, which is why you can see a Tweety as clipped through a wall. We have like tiny little hitboxes, the ones that are meant to get us close to the chest so everything looks right, and we use those hitboxes to be able to clip into all the small spots in the game, basically.
And it looks like Tweety is opting not to go for Floor Master's room, which makes sense. You can't get storage again after that without bombs, so.
Oh, talking about the little clips here, we don't have chest storage right now, but if we grab this ledge here and do what we call a roll clip, we can make it in between the corners of a collision and just make it through into the void.
Yep. So the way roll clips work, when you stand up, the game wants to push you back in bounds when you're halfway into the wall. But if you roll on the first frame that you get up, you actually will override that and you'll clip further out of bounds.
Yeah, it's really tight timing, but once you get it down, it's a very useful trick.
Indeed.
Not quite as strong as just our friend chest storage, but it's still a very strong way to glitch the game.
Yeah, chest storage is pretty universal with a lot of these, a lot of the tricks that we do.
We didn't see that much chest storage today because the bombs are usually what we use to get the little push that we need to get storage in the first place on any chest that we want.
Yeah, so you'll notice Tweety over here able to skip a lot of what Pix already did, basically caught up to where Pix is at this point. Just because you had chest storage and you're able to get it.
The only thing that's going to be a little funky here is if we don't have bombs, we can't break the rock with the hammer. There's a way of climbing onto the pot and lifting.
Yeah, but I don't know if Tweety knows. It's a very niche trick, and I don't think it's well known. I don't even know it, to be honest. So
I don't either. To be quite honest,
I think at this point the best thing to do would just be to go to the boss and then run back down because you have to do kill all anyway. So it's a little bit.
Only problem is with doing the boss first would be that once you're inside, your door is still locked.
Also true.
So right now, Tweety made it back down here. Instead,
yeah, I'm not sure. I think Tweety. Yeah, I think Tweety was overthinking this a little bit. Probably wanted to go down here to do this part first, but doesn't have medley.
We need to find a way to void out right now.
Yeah,
because we don't.
We don't want to
have the
object
that is in the object until you void out or something. So we're just gonna void out here.
Yep. I think Tweety is going to probably save quit this.
I don't know what Tweety is doing exactly right now.
Yeah, that's I think Tweety's a little confused because you usually have bombs here, so
yeah, and
you usually don't have to think about this.
Climbing up right now, it's not going to change much because we're still not really going to be able to do much here.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Pix made it back to Jahala.
Yep, heading into Jahala right now. I think Tweety's gonna try and go for the door clip here, but you don't have storage again, so you can't.
You don't have storage right now, Tweety. You don't have the big key heater, so we're gonna have to go back to that room that we just were in.
Yeah, I think Tweety's gonna maybe try and roll clip.
It's a really unusual scenario right now. It's really rare that this happens. Oh
yeah,
no!
Tweety just opting to save quit here.
Oh no, because we know that the big key was down there. We know that the bombs were down there too, thanks to the hints.
Yeah.
So now they're gonna need to find a way to make it back there. The warp pot is not usable because it has never been opened. It's a little rough right now.
It's a little bit rough, and meanwhile, Pic's doing pretty well on this Jahala fight. I think Tweety's gonna store this chest and use it somewhere.
Might even use it to go straight back down.
Maybe, but we'll end up needing medley at some point here.
Although the whole way is open, so...
Or it might just opt to do left side here.
We'll see. And meanwhile, Jahala has been defeated.
Yep, nicely done by Pix. I think Pix is slowly pulling ahead with this this Earth Temple. Although it still has a lot of overworld to do.
We are going on the left side, it seems.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So to go on the left side, which has storage, you just jump onto the hearing here. All the way to the head. You jump on the little mask. Oh, not too far.
A little bit of overboard, but That's fine.
Once you're on the mask, you can climb on the little antenna thing that makes the statue look like a giant Teletubby. Like evil
True.
Teletubby, which is kind of redundant because Teletubbies are evil to begin with.
Yeah, and Pix opting not to do left side here. Just gonna leave and check the overworld.
Nope,
Oh,
we're going
never mind.
back
I
in.
lied.
We're going back in.
Yeah, we're just gonna finish up our temple here. Makes sense.
There we go. From the antenna to the left side. So once you're in here, you grab your hook shot, look through the wall, and you grab the hash from a moblin
Yep.
to make it through. Amazing, eh? I love tricks in this game.
Yeah. Again, walls are optional, so
Yeah, talking about optional, just
Yep.
hookshotting to the chest here. The chest is gonna give us our collisions back, so we get to jump on the chest. Then you pull your leaf, go on the other side, and fly over the statues. to
Now,
make it
something
out.
important to note is that Tweety did store a small key and opted not to pick it up. So we'll need to find another key somewhere.
Let's go. It's entirely possible to void out still. And talking about left side, Pix is joining Tweety on the left side. Tweety's waiting for the curse to be over. So the staircases come down.
Yeah, and Lados does speed this up a lot, combat in general.
It does.
But honestly, I think Tweety's a little frazzled by how this ET is going. So it
Yeah,
makes sense that you're...
Oh, talking about small key.
Yep, you do need that.
Oh, tiling on
Oh.
the wall here. Good way of voiding out, actually.
Yeah, that does work. I actually didn't think about that. That would just work.
And we could have used the boomerang here, but
Yeah.
violence
just-
is also an option.
Yep. Just grabbing this key for safety. Probably assumes they're gonna need it to go back down to the basement.
And nope. You gotta wait for the re-dead to be less dead so you can make it deader again.
Yeah, sometimes the Regent just says no thank you and doesn't actually get killed by the light arrows.
Yeah, as long as it's not out of the casket yet, it's weirdly unkillable.
Yep.
It's amazing to learn that Tweety learned this from the last night. Literally, it's literally the spirit of the tournament here. Just learning new tricks, figuring things out. Today, Tweety had a little lesson in Earth Temple shenanigans. Sadly for them, but it's still not over.
Not over at all. Pix still has a lot of overworld left to do. So
Oh yeah, I see someone mentioning the hookshot strat to get the small key on the other room. If you don't have your boomerang, it's a wonderful way of doing it. But you need
Yeah.
to move a little to the right or the left, depending on your position, to make sure that the key doesn't drop down again.
right.
Tweety's just opening the door here. Don't even need to fight the mini boss.
Yep. And we're headed to 3 blocks from where Pix is currently right now. And I believe this is Pix's last check here in Earth Temple, so
I do believe it is.
we'll be heading out after this.
Alright, let's see. Is it gonna be a spiky one? Is it gonna be a non-spiky one? I think all the small keys are accounted for, so we don't need to worry about that one.
Yep.
And it is a spiky chest.
Spiky chest, so that is our another shard. I believe that is 6 known shards, including the Jaw Hollow. No, 7, right?
Oh, here's a shard. Yeah, Pix still has the whole southeast quadrant stuff to do, and also that newly opened ankle check.
Yeah.
Also, fire and ice. Fire Mountain and Ice Ring if they want to check, which is still possible because
Yeah,
they don't know
so
what we do.
despite the all the commotion in Earth Temple, I still think Tweety is not out of this at all. It's gonna be a close race no matter what happens.
Yeah, the only thing right now is gonna be making it back to that basement for Tweety because we know that the bombs are there. We know that the big key chest is there. So
Yep. And I think Tweety has like 7 shards of knowledge right now because they know Hyrule or Tingle Island is past to Hyrule. So and we haven't beat Jahali yet.
oh,
So I think we're just missing 1 shard for both. Well, for no mode at least.
and we're mailing some mail on Pig's side. We're gonna get the letter from Bashiko, which is Baito's mom, and the letter from Baito since we completed her temple.
Also
And-
true.
And we're also on Tingle Island. So speaking,
Oh, there is our shard. That's our last shard for no mode.
yeah, we now know everything.
Yep. So Pix just needs to grab the ankle shard and the shard on Thorn Fairy, and we'll be good to go.
All right, let's see what Baito has for us. I love how Baito is just amazed that we threw 22 letters in a universe where we never did it.
True.
I do like the totem pole here on Tingle Island. So ankle is the pink one. And he's always gonna mess you out by giving you your rupees first, and then they're gonna give you your item, which is not a shard, but
Oh, it's Ghost Ship chart.
It
which
is a Ghost
we
Ship
know has to have something towards
for
Hyrule.
Hyrule. Yeah. Like we said, it could be something that leads to Hyrule, or something that leads to something that leads to Hyrule.
That's right.
There could be several layers in some seeds.
I think at this point we're not missing a lot. I think we're missing. I think our only bait item is a wallet at this point.
Pretty sure you're right.
Or Cabana
honestly.
Deed. Or Cabana Deed, I guess.
Cabana Deed could be something too, yeah. Alright. Where are we going, Pix?
It's
This
like
looks
Bomb
like a
Island.
cliff plateau.
Oh no, Cliff Plat. You're right. You're right.
It's
So
kind
we'll
of
be
hard to
getting-
tell sometimes.
Yeah.
Gotta look at the chest at the top. Don't think we quite saw it, but okay, we're repositioning. Still can't see it. Wintingle statue for Tweety.
Yep. There's the last one. Tweety, and I think Pix realized that the top is nothing. So
Another good spot that you can check that is before falling into the hole for the inside. If you move your camera around, you can see the chest there. If you don't want to use a telescope.
right. Yeah. Yeah, Tweety making their way back down to Earth Temple basement. This time vanilla because we don't have chest storage.
Oh, Pix, since they checked the top and saw that it was nothing, checked the inside, saw that it was nothing, we're warping out. And we're making our way closer and closer to what we know is a shard.
Yeah, and probably we'll try and get Ghost Ship at Bomb Island, which we know has to lead to a shard.
Yeah, at least. Well, it has to lead to a shard or something that leads to a shard. You never know. It could be
That's right.
it could be a Cabana Deed, and then the shard is a Cabana. But that's a lot of layers there.
I think Private Oasis was hinted foolish this seed, but it could still be Wallet
Was it?
for Wallet Mail.
Oh. I completely forgot that Cabana was buried.
Yeah.
Thank you. Completely
but
forgot
yeah.
that one.
At this point, I think it's looking like Pix's race to lose here. Definitely in the lead. Just needs to grab 2 more checks. Meanwhile, Tweety does have to go to basement, grab the bombs.
Oh,
Although at
Tweety
this
getting
point, I don't think they need to grab the bombs, to be honest.
I think we could live without them, man.
Yeah, bombs are not required to beat the game, so but probably wants them anyway for like Puppet Ganon fight and all that stuff.
They don't know what's in bomb mail. That's true too. That is true. So many layers to the end of this race. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, and looks like Pix is heading for the ferry, the Torn Ferry, which we do remember as a shard. I think that answers your question, Agati. That's the one that we're missing, and we are pretty sure that there's one on a ghost ship. We haven't seen it properly yet, but all the hints point towards that.
Yep.
Oh, and trying to hammer 2 pegs with 1 swing. Missing a hole. But
Oh,
not the
getting
end of
another
the
one.
world. Not the end of the world. There's plenty of times.
Yep.
Fun fact. When I first played this game, I thought that it was a puzzle and that you needed to hit them in the right order. But then I figured out that I was just too slow.
What do you mean 23 is number 1? Alright, Pix getting the second to last shard here.
Oh, look at that. That's
yeah,
gonna be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, Tweety is in basement right now. Just needs to grab the big key and grab the bombs here.
Yeah. Oh, are we gonna do like off-room strats, maybe? Who knows?
Sure.
Looks like off-room strat. No, not quite. And here's the big key that we were missing for Interest Jahala. And
Tweety opting not to get the bombs.
interesting.
Just deciding to leave straight away. Probably knows that they're behind and need to make some risks to catch back up.
Tweety's climbing up. Meanwhile, we are going to Bomb Island.
Yep.
And there's a ghost ship right next to it. She does not need them, that is true. No, there.
I believe Shard was on Note to Mom mail.
I'm pretty sure it was Note to Mom, yeah. And welcome to the ghost ship, which is made of ghosts on the outside, but of wood on the inside. Don't question it.
Ooh, not quite getting those leaf pumps. That's alright though, we have light arrows, it makes this a lot easier.
Right, Jahal is breaking up for the first time. Meanwhile, Pix is trying to shoot some ghosts and the mascot from Fruit Loops. Ghost wood is just petrified wood. You're not wrong, Zenu. Not wrong.
And if the game's nice to us, this will be our last shard, but it is not.
No!
It is the wallet.
It's the wallet. So the wallet leads to something that leads to Hyrule.
At this point, I think this wallet mail has to directly lead to the shard.
It has. There's a mailbox right in front of us. Let's check.
Yeah, I think at this point, there's nothing else it could be.
I do like good paths like this. You only have one thing left, and one thing leads to the other, and suddenly it's a full clear. It's wonderful. So, Pix is reading. And
there
it's
it is.
the
That's our last
shard.
shard. So, Tweety, honestly, if you go straight to ankle, not far behind at all. Just the thing is, we'll not have bombs, and I know they liked using bombs on Puppet Ganon.
Yeah, it's gonna require a little more sniping, but
Yeah.
it's doable. And the boat is just not cooperating with Pix right now. It's even like yawning at him. Wonderful. I don't know what the name of that boat is though, because I know that like King of Red Lions is the real one. I know that a lot of players use Linka as a model, and that one is the Queen of White Swans.
The king of
uh,
dark pigs or something. I don't know.
The King of Terrible Swines. I don't know.
I like that one.
All right, Pix is now making it an Iroh. It is 118.45.
Yeah, but Tweety honestly not far behind. Just needs
Yeah.
to go check ankle and the mail, and we'll be good.
Oh, are we going back into
wait.
ET? Looks like we're going back.
I'm not sure. I think probably realized they forgot the bombs. You don't need them for the seed, but it's really nice to have, and doesn't know that you don't need it. And unfortunately, I think with Tweety going back in here, I think that seals the deal for Pix. I don't want to call it too early, but having
As
to
they
go through
say,
Earth Temple 3 times.
it's not over until it's over. But
That's right. That's fair.
it's looking a little grim right now. And Pix is breaking the barrier right now. Meanwhile, Tweety's making her way back down ET for the third time this seed. That's gonna hurt a little.
That's gotta sting.
Meanwhile, we are weaving and bobbing between the pea hats for Pix. Just making it through the jello guys because they can't do a thing until they're popped up.
Yep.
The mountain is even giving us a push. Wonderful. Is the Dark Knight gonna die tonight? Is my question.
I would assume so.
Yep, they did. From the sounds of it, they did. No, the warp pot is only it can be opened with the bombs here, and sadly the bombs are a little below. It was an unfortunate series of events.
Yeah, this seed was just really annoying to route in with all the bombs. With the bombs being in ET basement,
It's
just
really not something that you practice often. Like
Yeah.
you gotta experiment a seed where you don't have them to then remember everything that you can't do.
Like, you know it can happen, but you just like, that's never gonna happen.
Very, very nice roll clip here.
Yeah, very nice first try.
Yeah. Also, Pix just ran past some Miniblins, the namesake of the tournament. Chill guys. And
Tweety finally gonna grab bombs here.
Hello, bombs. Get in the bag.
Hello, 1 hour and 20 minutes in.
Kinda hurts, but at the same time, just feel good. It feels good. Finally, you have them.
True.
So we need to go see Anko. We need to read some mail. We need to go and get the wallet from the ghost ship. It's gonna take a little bit. Yeah, the Stalfo script has been entered dead. So don't worry about that one. We're not making our way down in ET a fourth time. Don't worry.
Yeah. I don't think Tweety would enjoy having to go back down to Earth Temple a fourth time.
It's a nice ride down. At least you're not walking uphill or upstairs, but still.
Yeah. Well, Tweety is going to ankle.
Ooh,
Gonna
that's
get the
good.
mail here too, so we are gonna be in go mode soon for Tweety.
It's really a good source of a mailbox and another check at this point in the seed for them.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful place to be.
Unfortunately, we'll have to go chase down this.
Also, bombs were necessary. Oh boy,
ghost ship. Oh, bombs were necessary?
they were. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Our trackers were right.
Hey, my bad.
Oh no. Right, it's time for Puppet Ganon.
Yeah, Puppy Ganon on Pix's side. Let's see how good this is.
Really not the easiest boss. A lot of us consider it the real final boss of this game because
Yeah,
Ganon at the top is kind of a script.
kind of a cakewalk. Yeah,
2
this
shots
is
down on Pix. Only need to land the last
yeah
one. There we
very
go.
clean Puppy Ganon one on Pix's side.
Yeah. The one way I like to see it is as long as that guy doesn't start to spin, you're doing quite well.
Yeah. Looks like Tweety is heading to Spectacle Island to get the ghost ship.
At
Right after Tingle.
sometimes your ghost ship is a little farther than it could be, but oh, making it in the whirlpool, sadly. Yeah, there is
Found the
one
big
there.
Octo on Tingle Island. That is so unfortunate. Just
Yeah.
a series of unfortunate events here for
The
Tweety.
crazy thing is about that one is that when you want to have that whirlpool happen, you don't find it.
Yeah, exactly. Also, getting the double shot on Pix's side just needs
Yeah.
one more shot for phase 2 to be done.
Yeah, well done for one crip. It's also possible to get a double crip, but today the Herald didn't want to go out for the second. Happens sometimes. And it's now time for the snake phase. The
Yep.
worm phase. We have the bombs, that allows us to make him stop. But we're gonna go for the snipe first. Oh, very close from us, so not a bad idea to pull out the bomb. There we go. It has been stopped. We're gonna put our character behind
Oh, we're
aim.
lining up for Trog Shot.
Line of the throw shot.
Ooh,
Missed the
barely
drug shot, but
missing.
not for a lot. There we go. We stopped again. The tail is barely not in the wall, and we're
That's
fine.
Puppy Ganon.
That's Papa
All we
Ganon
need
done.
to do is make it to Ganon and put the sword in the stone.
Yeah, and Tweety just got the wallet here. Only needs to go get redeem that wallet for a nice piece of the Triforce, and they'll be on their way to Ganondorf.
Yep.
I love when we do that rope trick. Just the sounds of a character just screaming and screaming in agony as we make our way up.
Yeah, and that's Goma for Tweety, but unfortunately for her, I think Pix is going to take this one.
Climb, climb, climb. Alright, what kind of tricks are we doing up here? Are we skipping the grapple? Oh, looks like we are. So you want to jump here, pull out your Wind Waker, 3 backflips. Little sword
accidentally
slash.
Rolling. That's fine though, you can just reset it.
Yeah, just reset it. Not the end of the world. 3, little short slash, and
There
you
we go,
backflip
very
again.
Clean.
It is currently the deciding match. Basically, it has been a double animation bracket. Pix was in the winners bracket. Tweety was in the losers bracket. Tweety managed to make a bracket reset, but this one is the real final match. Everyone is in losers right now.
Yep, this is the true grand finals, and Pix is at the final boss.
Yeah,
Just needs to
and
beat this.
the script is respected for now.
Yep.
So one cutscene of Ganon, another one of the breaking of the bear at the same time. Wait for the right opportunity to strike. A little too fast here for Pix. But that one is really counterintuitive.
Quite getting the one cycle on the phase 2 again in here, but that's fine.
Alright. Yeah, as I was saying, it's a very counterintuitive parry counter here. You need to wait really long before doing it, but the screen starts flashing way ahead.
Yeah.
So you end up missing.
Because the parry is based on where Ganon's position is when you hit the button. So you'll parry way off because he's jumping at you.
And we are now pairing right in his forehead. It is GG's for Pix. And
Pix-
with that, Pix
yeah.
is now your Farers Group champion.
Yeah, very well played by Pix and Tweety, making it this far. They've encountered each other 3 times. Pix won the first one, Tweety won the second, and Pix closes it out on the third.
I want a bunch of GG's in the chats for both runners because it looks like Tweety has forfeited that one. Send your
Yeah.
GG's for
GGs to both
them,
runners.
and even for everyone that made it possible to make a big tournament with Faror's group. Everyone in Faror's, GG's yourself.
Yeah, I think we're going to try and get both of these runners in for an interview.
Oh, that would be amazing.
So,
I see
yeah.
Tweety in the waiting room. We're just waiting for Pix now. So
Welcome on
Tweety
in, welcome
has
on in.
Joined us.
Hey, hello.
GG's Tweety.
Thanks.
That her temple was an experience.
It was, yes, it was a
You
spiritual
learned so
experience.
much from it.
And it was,
You-
yeah, it was a learning experience, so I'm glad it happened in the grand finals. But that's all right.
Yeah.
Learning happens at every stages of the
That's
tournament.
right. That's right. But
yeah.
Pix and I, we kind of both agreed before the race that, we were fine with whoever wins. I think we were both kind of a little burnt out on this Miniblins tournament, kind of ready to move on to season 6. So I think, I'm not mad about it. It was a really fun tournament. So
Yeah. I mean, the improvement you both had throughout this entire race, the entire
Yeah.
tournament itself is insane. You guys both came in, you were 4th seed in this bracket, and Pix was 7th seed. To see you
Mhm.
both in the
Oh,
grand finals is
Speaking
impressive.
of Pix,
Yeah.
we have been
hi,
joined
Pix.
by our champion of the Farors group.
Yay!
GG's
Congratulations.
to Pix.
Hey, GG's, Tweety. I
Thanks.
have been panicking for the last little bit.
Oh, that's
I
so
wrote.
funny. I've been chilling. I've just been, I was just kind of rolling around. I figured, and then Tingle Island. Oh my gosh, I was like, finally go mode, and then go ship, and then wallet. And I was like, okay, why not clear everything? So
Well, I wrote down a hint wrong or something, because I was like, I thought there was a shard at Stolfo's crypt.
it was chart.
Oh,
It was
yeah, it was
Triforce
Triforce.
chart.
It was a Triforce chart.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
It's really easy to mess up between these two. It's like
Yeah.
chart.
it's
It sounds exactly the same, especially when someone that's not good at English says them. That's me.
I think too. It's like you have that rush of adrenaline as soon as like the countdown timer hits 0, and so
Right.
I want to maximize every second because like Tweety's really good. So I was like mashing through the hints really quick, and I always like kind of look at them again like when I'm doing the double storage. But
Mhm.
I was like, oh man, shard. Oh cool, bombs, because that like was also like
That sucked.
on
That was
mind.
that was such a bad hint.
Yeah,
to-
both of you had struggles in Earth Temple. I think
I-
Pix, you messed up. You accidentally voided out on the way down to the basement for the first time, and then Tweety, you.
I had such a great plan. I was like, man, I got this. I feel like a mastermind right now. And then I got down there, and you can't. I didn't know. I guess you can't open that pot. It's a rock. It's not one of those like, skull hammer
it's
ones.
actually
can.
possible.
It's
Oh, man.
it's very obscure, and I've never
It's very
done
obscure.
It.
You
It's-
kind of climb on the side of the pot until you can grab with your power bracelet the rock.
Yeah, man.
It's
So-
really obscure, but
Yeah.
also you had a hint for bombs in the big key chest area, so you could have just
I
went down
could've
there,
just-
pick your
yeah,
bombs, open
you're
it back
very
up.
right. Yeah. And I also had a mistake because once I beat Valhalla, I thought I was in go mode. I thought I just had to go get Tingle. And then I was in the boat and I was like, did that say 2 shards left? And I checked and I was like, uh-oh, I'm missing one.
We
That-
also
You-
thought that you were fine.
That hurt. And then I had to go back and get the
Wait.
bombs. I must have been in the basement like 3 or 4 times.
4
Oh
times.
no.
Can confirm.
Okay. I thought maybe you had skipped left side because I know you did it in our last race.
There was something there. It was a shard, I
Oh.
think.
Yeah, you said you were missing 2. I thought that meant you had skipped
Oh.
left side.
Yeah. My route
No,
was all over the
so
place.
the two shards you were missing on the way out of there was the one on bomb mail and the one on ankle.
Right.
So
We have lore in the chat. We were wondering what SNE was, and now we know it's a book club.
It's my book.
Wonderful.
all the newbies in the chat, shout out to them. They're all my book club friends that have come out. They don't know what they're watching, but the spirit is there. So thank you guys.
Hey, we love welcoming
guys.
new people into these.
We absolutely love newbies. I love having to explain storage again. I miss it.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to join in some of these races, the community is a great community. We're always welcoming, even if you've never played Wind Waker in your life and you want to get into it.
Can I?
We'd be
Can
happy
I join
to bring
the-
you in.
Can I join the book club? Because I need someone to teach me how to read.
Ooh. Shard, same thing. But yeah, we had a wonderful time with both of our runners tonight. Once again, GG to them. We're just gonna shout them out. I think it's /R. We have Pix and Tweety. They did wonderful. In a
Yeah,
really
great
bad,
job, Pix.
it's a rough seed when you don't have bombs for this long. So
Yeah.
you guys are great.
But yeah, congratulations to both of you, especially to Pix for winning Farore's. And unless you guys have any other questions, comments, concerns,
Nope, I think I'm good.
I think I'm just gonna shout out our trackers again, Blank's Eye and Danjo3. Thank you guys for tracking, remembering the items so we don't have to. And I'm also gonna, I think it's C. Shout outs, my co-commentator. Thank you, Lyric. That was amazing.
thank you, Montgold. The pleasure's mine.
But once again, everyone, and last round of GGs for our two runners, and a big GG to Pix for taking it home.
Yeah, and I think we'll pass it off to VX to finish this one out.
All right, this is going to be the end of Group Farore, but the other groups still have to play their finals. Group Nehru's will be tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern with the bracket reset Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern if needed. And then the Group Den finals is Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern with the bracket reset at 2 p.m. Eastern on Monday if needed. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. Coming up in about 35 minutes or so, we'll have Link to the Vast Randomizer Challenge Cup. That is a semifinal, so we're coming down to the end of that just as we're starting up the Cross Keys tournament. So there's a lot of Link to the Vast Rando to catch here on ZSR over the coming couple of months. What else do we have? That'll be it. Yeah, that's pretty much tomorrow's schedule. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and see you later.
See you.
Bye. Au revoir.